there are thousands, millions of video games out there. Unfortunately, I don't have all the time in my existence to go through and beat every single one that I play. If I did have the time, I most definitely would, because there's a lot of great video games out there, and there's a lot of games that I want to go through. But there's also a lot of games I know I'll never be able to beat. That's not the topic of this video. I want to talk about the games that I really want to beat. You know, these games that I love to death, and I want to complete that love by beating it, you know. And, well, I guess I'll start with Phantasy Star 2. I'm currently going through this game on the Xbox Live Arcade, and my god, it is so awesome. First of all, Phantasy Star is probably my favorite RPG series of all time. I love everything about it. I love the lore. I love the science fiction setting in it. And, you know, the online games and the single player games. Which, by the way, Phantasy Star Online 2 Beta was awesome. Anyway, I'm going through Phantasy Star 2, and I'm about 24 hours in. I'm on the second planet, Dezuis. And the story has been mind-blowing. Just one of the most incredible RPG experiences I've ever felt. I mean, really, that's what RPGs are. They're experiences. They're more than games. But man, I love Phantasy Star 2. I love the turn-based combat in it. You know, I know turn-based combat gets a kind of lukewarm feeling nowadays, but I've played it so much now that I'm like, all right, I love it. I love it to death. It's so much fun. And Phantasy Star 2 is just so much fun. You know, I have the music for it. I love the characters. I love Niai. I love Rudolph Steiner. I love all those characters. They're just so cool. And the world is so cool. I absolutely love the monsters in that game. It is just absolutely incredible. And I hope with the release of Phantasy Star Online 2, you know, coming out, I hope that tells Sega, hey, you should make more single-player Phantasy Star games. In a perfect world, that's what I want. I want single-player and the multiplayer games to exist together, rather than just being one franchise, you know, one series. I want both franchises to continue. Hopefully, we get a new single-player Phantasy Star on console, because that will do it justice. Phantasy Star absolutely deserves it. And, well, if not, I want to keep going through the old games. Another little quick side note, though, I do want to go through Phantasy Star 4. That's my next game to go through after Phantasy Star 2. I did start it. I didn't get very far in it, though. I got like a couple hours into it, but then I was like, you know what? I want to beat Phantasy Star 2 first. So, 24 hours into Phantasy Star 2 as of now. I'll probably make a video follow-up saying, you know, I beat Phantasy Star 2. Here's what I think. Something like that. So, the next game, I actually have the strategy guide for right down here. And it's got my Raspberry Pi bookmark in it, so I don't forget my page. But this is Wild Arms. One of the greatest RPGs I've ever played. Again, I haven't beaten it. Damn it. I wish I can. Oh, I'm going to eventually. That's the whole topic of this video. But, God, man, this game, first of all, I have the soundtrack sitting over there, too. I should have gotten the soundtrack and brought it over here. I have it on CD over there. But this game, my God. First of all, I love the art style of this. And I love the whole idea. It's like a, you know, Western JRPG, which is just amazing, you know. And the characters, you know, Jack and Cecilia, incredible. And, you know, Rudy, that's his name, right? It's been a little while since I've played this. I need to get back into it. Like, the last time I remember playing it, I beat Tri-Pillar. I beat the Tri-Pillar, and I'm going back to one of the towns. I need to remember what I'm doing. Oh, yeah, I have a strategy guide. Haha! But, yeah, man, this game, the music in it is absolutely incredible. I talked about it in my top 10 tracks, you know, my top 10 songs for video games. The main theme was included on there, and that was from this one. I need to make more of those videos, by the way. More of my favorite songs in video games. But, man, Absolutely phenomenal game. I've never played any of the other series. I've never played the other games in the series, so I can't comment on those. But this one, gotta love it. One of the first RPGs that I really did get into. Turn-based RPGs, that is, because I got into these turn-based games a little bit later in life. I'd say a couple of years ago. But yeah, Wild Arms. Gotta beat that. Ah, man, the other game that I really need to beat, and there's a remake coming out for it very soon. I'm about 14 hours into this one. Final Fantasy VII. Wow. The story in this game, jaw-dropping. Unfortunately, it's been spoiled for me. I know what happens, but like going through it while playing the game is just a whole different experience than just hearing about it. I absolutely love Cloud. I love Ares, Aerith. Everyone calls her something different. I've heard like 3 different names for her. I'm going to call her Aerith. Barrett and Tifa. Tifa is a great waifu, by the way, just so you know. Not number 1 in my opinion, but good choice for a waifu. Red 13, or as my dad always called him, Red Lion. But God, man, just the turn-based combat is incredible. The locations, the games, the music. Again, I have the soundtrack sitting right over there. I can't believe I didn't grab it. But, yeah. God, man. Squaresoft knows how to do RPGs, obviously, right? That's a stupid statement to say. I think of all the games that Square has made that I just absolutely love. And in fact, when I was thinking of this list, I was like, man, a lot of the games that I need to beat are from Squaresoft, or Square Enix now. But yeah, Final Fantasy VII. Do I really need to say anything about this game? One of the most legendary video games of all time. One of the most critically acclaimed video games of all time. One of the best-selling games of all time. So many accolades for this game. And the nice thing about it is that it's been ported to almost every console nowadays. And I know it's on Xbox. I'm actually going through the original PlayStation version, thank God. It's on what else it's on? It's on PS4, it's on mobile, it's on the Switch. It's on everything, so which was a really great thing to do because this game is expensive to get in physical format. And let's see here. What else? Oh yeah, I mean the story, Shinra, all their horrible things that they do, and the music. Again, my favorite Final Fantasy soundtrack is 7. 10 has a really good one too. That's another game I need to beat. Anyways, great game, great weapons, great villain. I fucking love Sephiroth. He's so cool. But yeah, that's Final Fantasy VII. I have this game tucked away in storage at the moment. Good God, I need a drink of water. Anyways, Castlevania Symphony of the Night. That game is so much fun. There's a lot of games that I've played, whether it be a lot, and I just never got around to beating them. But God, Castlevania Symphony of the Night is such a good game. I've actually never beaten a Castlevania game. As much as I love them, it's just, it's one of those things where I get really into a game and then something else will come out and I'm just like, oh, I gotta play that. And then I end up, forgetting what's happening in the story in the original game that I was going through. Goddamn memory. Anyways, Castlevania Symphony of the Night, was not the first Castlevania game I beat. Well, first Castlevania game I played. I've never beaten them. First one I actually ever played was Portrait of Ruin on the DS, which is sitting up there. Fantastic game as well. I want to beat that too, but Symphony of the Night is the one I really want to beat because, personally, I prefer that, style of Castlevania, the Metroidvania style. I just think they work better. Just me personally. The linear Castlevania games aren't bad, except for those first 3, but 4 and Rondo of Blood, those games are great. But this is the one I need to beat, and I know a lot about it. The inverted castle and all that sort of stuff. That's what I want to experience that again. I kind of want to go through the game as Richter because I know you can unlock him and play as him. Kick-ass game, kick-ass soundtrack. I have it sitting over there. Why didn't I bring them over here? Whatever. Great game. I love Alucard. I love the bad voice acting in that game. It's just, man, I just love it. It's so much fun. If you're not a stick in the mud, you probably enjoy it too. But yeah, Symphony of the Night. Number 4 game to be on my list. Now, this one I actually have sitting back here. I'm going to grab it because, honestly, this game deserves a lot of love. A lot more love. Shadows of the Damned. Man, this game is hilarious. I absolutely love it. Great monster design, and I remember when I first played it, I didn't expect anything from this. I had no idea. Honestly, like, the cover here, kind of looks a little cheesy in a bad way, but I played it. Good God, this game is so much fun. Published by EA, too. Hey EA, maybe instead of ruining all your other franchises, you could start doing good things like this, because this game is awesome. They also published Brutal Legend. I don't have that sitting back there, but anyways. Shadows of the Damned is a really good game, really funny game, dark sense of humor, and the main character was hilarious. I'm stuck on the final boss on this game. I'm stuck on the girlfriend. I can't beat her. I'm playing on hard, and I'm not gonna lower the difficulty because I'm not a bitch. But God, man, that final boss fight, for whatever reason, is giving me so much trouble. I'm gonna beat this one day because it's a really good game. Really deserves a lot more attention. If they brought this out as a re-release, that would be excellent. I don't think they will, though, because they don't care about that. But anyways, great monster design, great story, great characters. Really funny. I know I've already said it like 3 times, but this game is fucking hilarious. You know what, now that I think about it? No. Another game I really want to beat is Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. If you like Castlevania Symphony of the Night, pick this game up. It's a no-brainer. It's made by the same guy who did make Castlevania Symphony of the Night, so please, by all means, however you can play this game, play it, because it is so awesome. You know, I'm a couple hours into it, and I can already... No, I'm more than that into it. I'm like 10 hours in, but I can tell you right now, this game is amazing. You know, it's actually got the same composer... what was her name? Michiru Yamane? Yeah, I think that's her name. Yeah, Michiru Yamane. She did the soundtrack for Symphony of the Night, and she does the soundtrack for this, and it is so good. This game is good. Please buy it. Get this game a lot more attention. It's just absolutely incredible. If you love Castlevania, if you love any of the later Castlevania games, like the portable games Dawn of Sorrow, Aria of Sorrow, and Circle of the Moon, play this game. You'll love it. I swear. You'll be really happy with it. And this is a game I need to beat because, well, it's awesome. And I want to beat it. The characters, the story, the gameplay, all is really great. Last game I want to talk about is Parasite Eve. I actually don't... No. I do have my... strategy guide for that sitting back there too, but I don't feel like getting it out. Parasite Eve... My God, Square's take on survival horror was such a good idea because not only is the combat in that game really kick-ass, but just everything about it. I mean, I remember seeing the rat, like its face splits open, and I thought that was insane. I saw that when I was young, and I was like, oh my God, that is incredible. I want to see that again. Really good game. I'm not very far into that, but that's on my bucket list for games I need to beat. So I can't really say much about that one, but yes, I want to beat that one. So that's going to do it for this video. I hope I showed off a lot. I know I kind of went through some of these pretty quickly. I would just be repeating myself because I'm like, oh, this game's awesome. This game's awesome. I want to beat it. But, you know, and there's definitely more. There are definitely more games that I do want to beat during my lifetime. I just thought this would be a kind of a cool video to make, and there will be a second part to this eventually because there's a lot of games back there that I want to beat that, you know, hopefully someday down the line I will beat because there's a lot of video games out there that I want to complete my love for. So yeah, thank you for watching. Tell me what games that you guys need to beat. Or, you know what, maybe some games that you never beat. Like games that you never went through because, or, you know, you never got to finish for whatever reason. I always like to hear those stories. You know, it could be something so small as like, oh, well, I just, you know, just never went back to it, or something big like I had a family and I can't play video games anymore. Something like that. I just like to hear it because, well, I know I'm not the only person out there who can struggle to beat games sometimes. So, anyways, yeah, that'll do it for this one.